Genesis chapter 37 verse 12 ESV version. Let's continue. Now his brothers went to pasture their father's flock near Shechem. Right, so we've seen in the previous part how the brothers hated Joseph, and as Moses tried to show us that it's not because anything Joseph did wrong, or in a sense at this stage even Jacob, but that's hatred that's in the boys themselves for their brother. So they are guilty. They're the guilty party here. Okay, so this part now starts with this next episode. What's going to happen? So they're going to pasture there, which kind of, it's a kind of a normal thing. If you live in a semi kind of arid area, it rains here or it rains over there, thunderstorm, there's some grass or there's some grass left. People will tell each other they will go there. They will move. I mean, that's what nomads do. They move because of the needs of the flock. Okay, so this is then when they went to Shechem. Verse 13, and Israel said to Joseph, are not your brothers pasturing the flock at Shechem? Come, I will send you to them. And he said to him, here I am. Okay, here the other interesting thing is that the verse starts off not with Jacob sending him, or Jacob speaking to Joseph, but Israel speaking to Joseph. Okay, so that's another thing that shows us this is now Jacob is the father of the nation, right? He is Israel. This is who we are. Okay, so again, as they're not doing anything, because we've seen in the Psalms as well, we've seen throughout other places in the Old Testament, when Jacob is called Jacob, then we are mentioned is more made of his sinful nature. When he's called Israel, mention is more made of his new life in belief in Christ, and ultimately, okay, although Christ wasn't born yet and didn't die yet, but according to God, he did die before the foundation of the world. Okay, so we see therefore in the using of the name of Israel again that Moses is deflecting on any guilt, even for what is happening here, away from Jacob, or Israel then in this case as he is called. Okay, so that is just another clue in showing us that Moses is getting again at the fact that the brothers are the guilty party, and that we won't feel any empathy for them. Oh man, it's just this evil Joseph and this brother and the father who loved his Joseph so much more, and therefore, and that you will kind of feel sorry for the brothers. And so clearly Moses is trying to take all of that away, strip that away, trying to strip the brothers bare of any excuse. So they're pasturing there, and the father tells him, go and go there and look at I'm going to send you there. So verse 14. So he said to him, go now, see if it's well with your brothers and with the flock, and bring me word. So he sent him from the valley of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. Okay, so the reason why he did this, because he cared about his other sons as well. Actually, he did. I mean, this is why he's now sending Joseph to go and ask. Okay, was his intent, Joseph will bring back all those evil deeds they're doing kind of idea, okay? No, I don't think at all, again, because that would imply that Jacob and Israel then is called in this case, and Joseph he's just being used. His father is being used. He's using him here to find out bad things about the other brothers. I think it's just, he wanted just to know how they're doing. That's all. How they're doing. Okay? So at least it shows as well then that the father is kind of caring a bit more. His attitudes towards them is not as bad maybe as it might have been in the past. Was Jacob kind of wrong in sending Joseph? Did he make a mistake? In hindsight, yes, he made a mistake. Ought to have known better? Did he read the room? Didn't he understand that his other sons will hate seemingly he sent them, so he didn't understand. I mean, he might have known, but I don't think in his wildest dreams or nightmares he would have expected the other brothers to kill him. Okay, so again, you can't blame Jacob for sending Joseph and saying he ought to have known better, he should not have done it, right? From his point of view, it's just that this is something I can't even imagine happening. So, and I can't send Benjamin, he's too young. I'm sending Joseph, and he'll bring back, and he'll go and he'll find out, and that's that. I want to know, right? So I don't think one can read anything more into this, or blame Joseph for sending Jacob for sending Joseph, or thinking him as too simple in sending him, or too what's the word for it now? Well, now I can't remember the word anyhow. In sending Joseph, right? I don't think one can really, so one can't blame, and again, Moses is trying to show and shift all blame for what happened to Joseph away from Jacob and Joseph themselves and fully onto the brothers. Verse 15. And a man found him wandering in the fields. And the man asked him, "What are you seeking?" Verse 16. "I am seeking my brothers," he said. "Tell me please where they are pasturing the flock." And the man said, "They have gone away, for I heard them say, 'Let us go to Dothan.' So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan." Okay, so Joseph went to Shechem, to the north, didn't find any, was wandering around, kind of seemingly like, lo and behold, the people are wandering in the desert, right? The people are wandering in the desert. They don't really want, they don't really know where they're going. God is the one leading them. Okay, so in this case as well, Joseph is wandering around there. He can't find the brothers, to whom he was sent. And so how can he take the news back to his father if he doesn't know? Okay, if he can't find them, so he starts with being a failure, and he didn't want to fail. Okay, so in the same way, their wandering in the desert might now seem like a failure, but ultimately, like God is going to send a man here to tell Joseph, lo and behold, where they went to Dothan, to send him on the right track. The same way God is leading them in the desert, so their wanderings ultimately will lead them to fulfill their task, to get to Canaan, to the promised land. Okay, so the guy tells him, okay, where that he heard them speaking, where they're going. Joseph heard, and Joseph went there. Again, Joseph had no idea that they're going to do anything bad to him. Right? His father gave him a job. He wanted to do his job right. He couldn't find, man told, so he followed and he went. Yeah, seeing like Joseph he believes just very easily, very trustworthy, even after everything. Okay, again, there's this idea that the reason why he's trying so hard is because he wants to get more bad stories about them. But from the context of the chapter, we've seen so much by now that they're not trying to paint Joseph as being wrong at all here. Okay, he's not guilty at all, and if that was the reason, then that would make him partly guilty as well.